Hi guys, and welcome back to Lazy May's Country Kitchen. Boy, do I have a treat for you today. We're going to be making something that I made up. I think it's good, but I made it up. As you see, my hamburger meat is so lean, I had to grease my pan. But there's my homegrown hamburger. Let me take the paper off. Alrighty. There's 1 pound. There's the 2nd pound. I don't know what to tell you that this dish is. I don't have a name for it. All I can tell you is it's super good. I make this and I use it most of the time over potatoes, like beef and gravy over potatoes, but it's really good. So I'm going to brown this meat up, chop it up into, as fine a pieces as I can. And as soon as I get that done, I'll be back with you. Alrighty guys, I'm just chopping this up, and a lot of people may think, well, there's just 2 of y'all, why are you fixing 2 pounds of meat? Well, there's 2 things you can do. Actually, you can have leftovers or you can freeze it. And this is pretty quick, it don't take long to make it, but I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it if you ever try it. It's just awesome. It's really good. I know what inspired me was you used to get these cans of beef that would be like beef stew chunk size, and it would come with gravy. And you could open the can, and most people put it over taters. And I just thought, well, that would be really good using it as hamburger. So I just kind of created it from that. I don't even remember what the can of stuff was called. But that's where this recipe come from. So as you're watching the video, see if you can come up with some names for it. Because I really don't know what to call it other than Lazy May's Creations, or I don't know. I don't know what to call it. Leave in the comments what you suggest. But I'm going to finish cooking this and chopping this. And as soon as I get it all chopped and it's fried and ready, I will be back. Alrighty guys, my hamburger is done. And if you don't have your own hamburger, whatever, this is the time you want to drain it. But see, I don't have but just very, very little. Very, very little grease in it at all. Over here, as a matter of fact, I think it's pretty much drying up as I speak. There's still a little coming out, but it's pretty much dry. So this is the part where you would want to drain your hamburger if you needed to, but I don't need to, so I'm not. So let's start adding stuff to this. Okay guys, I forgot and added my salt and pepper. Just salt and pepper your hamburger the way you like it. That's the only thing I've added to this so far is salt and pepper. And I'm going to show you again, all of the grease I don't know, I think it was probably liquid from where the hamburger was frozen and stuff, but it's all gone. There's none in here. It's not coming out like it was a while ago, so I'm good, because I was going to drain some of it if it needed to, but it don't need to be, because I know usually this hamburger, like I said, I had to add grease to it to start with. Alright, first thing I'm going to add right now, I chopped up a whole small onion. The onions we got at the grocery store the other day was little, so I just diced up 1 onion. And it's in there. Alrighty. Let's mix this up in here a little bit. I've got my burner turned way low, because this stuff here, all it needs to do is just sit and simmer. You don't want it cooking hard or anything like that. Alrighty, now that my onions is all mixed up in there, I'm going to drain this can of mushrooms and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I got Mr. Lazy over there looking for my cream of mushroom soup. And I'm going to put just a tad bit of water in here, because I need to put beef bouillon cubes in too. So I just got one 4-ounce can of mushrooms, because I'm using cream of mushroom soup too. Thank you. He found it. Let me open this and I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, I just got a Food Lion name brand of cream of mushroom soup that I'm adding in here. And I got this at Dollar Tree. And I'm telling you, I love it because it'll fit inside these cans. It's wonderful. Because usually you got to scrape and scrape and scrape to get all the goody-goody out of the can. But with this, you ain't got to. And as you tell... Oh, they can't see. I started saying, as you can tell, Mr. Lazy put my taters on. But they couldn't see ya.
They didn't want to see me no way.
Well, they love you as much as I do. Alrighty, guys. I got to get some milk, and I'll show you what else I put in here. Okay, you see my milk in here? I just filled my can back up, and I'm going to pour it over it. Get the goody-goody out of the can. All that creamy mushroom goodness. Now, I absolutely love mushrooms, and I like cream of mushroom soup. So, I'm sure you can, substitute beef broth in here if you want to. But I just love cream of mushroom anything. Mushrooms anyway. Form or fashion, I love them. They good, good, good. Alrighty, I'm going to put about a 1/4 more can of milk in here because I've got some other stuff I need to add. So let me get my milk in here and I will be right back. Okay guys, there's about a 1/4 of a can of milk in the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour the rest of that in there. Then I'm going to open some other stuff up and I will be right back. So I got to open up my beef bouillon cubes. Before I put my beef bouillon cubes in here, I'm going to just stir this up a little bit. Get this cream of mushroom soup down here so it can start doing what it needs to do. And over here, you can see there's taters going. And Mr. Lazy was nice enough to peel those and put them in the pan or in the pot for me. So this is just going to sit and simmer and all that good stuff. I think I should have got me a bigger pot, don't y'all? It looks a little full. But anyway, that's one reason I decided to go ahead and mix it, because I thought, that pot's full. So salt, pepper, cream of mushroom soup, mushrooms, and milk. And yes, you can use evaporated milk because that's actually what I used. Because I didn't have no milk in the house at the time. I had evaporated, so that's what I done. Was put evaporated milk in it and then mixed it with water. And I usually do it. Depends on how creamy you want it. Everybody says half and half ratio, but if you want it a little creamier, put a little less water. So it's according to your taste. Alrighty guys, this is mixed up pretty good. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my other stuff in here. But let me undo my beef bouillon cubes and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can tell, I plopped my beef bouillon cubes in here. There's one and there's another one. Because like I said, I usually use 1 per pound of hamburger. So we're going to mix them. I'm sorry, I forgot to record it. But anyway, they're in there. Now let's go ahead and add. You can get these brown gravy packets, and I love these things and this stuff. So anyway, I'm going to throw this in here. And all I do is just sprinkle it in here with the other stuff, like so, just over top, and kind of mix. Alrighty, I'm gonna mix this in like so, very carefully, because my pan is full. I mean, this pan is almost on overload. But anyway, I'm going to let this just sit here and simmer, and whenever I come back, you'll be able to see that there's browner gravy color to it, I guess, as it sits here and simmers for a few minutes. And as soon as it sits here a little bit while I'm waiting on the taters and just cooks and bees its little happy self, I will be right back. Because I'm going to let it sit here and do its thing, and I'm going to go off and do my thing. Just let it sit here and barely simmer. I've got it turned probably about medium low is what I've got it setting on to sit here and do what it needs to do. Alrighty, I'll see you back in a minute. Well, just a second for you, but it'll be about 10-15 minutes for me. Alrighty guys, it's been sitting here simmering a minute. And I'm going to go ahead and add 1 more packet of brown gravy mix for just a little bit darker color and flavor, of course, but I'm mainly after the color. But I'm telling you, I've been making this recipe, I don't know, like I said, I'll come up with it on my own, I don't know, probably about 10 years, and I love this. Glenn loves it. So if you really want a good treat, something good and simple, and fix you some taters and put it over it, just use a bigger pan than I did. Which you can cut it in half. You can always cut your recipe in half. That's, you know, no problem. But anyway, I'm going to get this mixed up in here. And then I'm going to let it sit here and simmer. My taters are starting to boil, so I'll see you back in about 15 minutes. Alrighty guys, as you can tell, my taters are good and creamed, mashed, whatever you want to call them. They cream taters, they mashed taters, they just good taters. And my stuff is done. And as you can tell, it's darker in color where I put the other pack of brown gravy mix in here. But I'm going to put some on a plate and hand it to Mr. Lazy, and y'all, I'm telling you, you will absolutely love this recipe. Absolutely love it. It's almost like Salisbury steak, I guess you could call it, but I've never made none. This, I honestly come up with it on my own, just saying, well, I think this would taste good with it, and this would taste good with it, because I've been making this way before you could go to YouTube or anything and pull up recipes, and I've never seen nobody else make it. So this is just my creation. So anyway, let's get him plated up and we'll see what he says. Alrighty. As you can tell, I just put the taters on there and then put that over top of it, sort of like you would Salisbury steak or whatever. It's been a while, so let's see what he's got to say.
Until it's hot.
It is hot. If you need to wait a minute, we can. I just know him and his belly. He smells food. He's got to eat it.
I don't have to smell it.
No.
I'm ready to eat all the time.
Mm-hmm. So you think what? Is it a dud or a yum yum get you some? That's kind of what I figured, because he's loved it ever since I've made it. I know I took it to work with me one day and they's like, what are you eating? I said, I don't know what to tell you it is. I made it, come up with it. So y'all give me some ideas as to what I can call it, because it's good. Would you suggest them trying this?
Yeah. Just call it Lazy May's Mess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good name for it, Lazy May's Mess. But I'm telling you, it's awesome. I absolutely love it. It's my mouth watering, so I gotta go.
Or Lazy May's Slop.
No, slop don't sound too appealing, so I don't like that.
That's country slang.
But anyway, guys, we love you. I'm going to get me a plate full, and I'm going to sit down and have some supper, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye. Bye.